Finding things that we want has changed quite a bit over the last 150 years. It used to be you had to go to a country store or a town to make your purchase of an item. Then came the next generation, the Sears and Roebuck catalog, where you can look at a book, pick out what you want, and have it delivered to that store or to your address. Shopping got even closer to us by having shopping malls and shopping centers. And then came along the internet, where you didn't even have to go out of your house. You could just, by the click of a button, pick whatever you wanted, not just in your local town or area, but across the entire world. And now we have our newest generation, of course, the mobile phone, where whether you're at home or anywhere, you can purchase whatever you want by just a click of a button, and even have instant credit on top of that. The idea of that being when you want it, where you want it, however you want it, it can come to you. Our passage for this week is Psalm 119, verse 37. It says this: "Turn away my eyes from looking at worthless things, and revive me in your way." The passage starts off talking about our eyes and how we are constantly having the opportunity to view worthless things. Now, obviously, from this standpoint, this look back at history, I'm not saying that every single thing that we look at or want in the store or anywhere else is worthless. But we also do realize that we can spend a great deal of time looking at worthless things. Humans were not better because we didn't have instant access before, because I focused on our eyes, because that's what the passage says, turn away my eyes. But the other part of that is also our mind. What are we thinking on? What are we dwelling upon on a regular basis? David is asking God for help turning away his eyes. But we also may not see this as sin, because it is always sin. But the fact that we are desiring it, desiring things that do not belong to us, desiring things that we know that to be wicked or evil. And that might be looking at it physically, but also just thinking upon it in our mind. Think about Eve, how she saw the fruit, she desired it, and she took it. It was not the fact that she saw it that was the evil. It was the fact that she gave into that sin and that what she knew was wrong and gave into it. I focused on items in this, on shopping and going out and using our phones. But there are so many other areas of our life that this can also apply to from this verse. We can refer to what's on TV, what is also other things on our mobile phones, what's found on the computer, desiring those that are single wanting to be married, and those that are married wanting somebody else that is not their spouse. The main one as well inside of this, of course, is social media. Social media is not an evil, but when that is consuming our time and consuming what we are doing on a regular basis, it can become something that will turn us away from God. All of this needs discernment. Discernment of saying, God, I know this is not something evil, but because of my desire for things and my carnal nature coming out, it becomes an evil desires. And so that's what the second part of the verse is talking about there. And revive me in your way. The second part is many times used in revival messages because it says, revive me in your way. This is not something we can do ourselves. It's asking God for help. Bring me to life again, or in the Hebrew meaning to restore life. The King James uses the word quicken. The ESV says, give me life according to your word. When is the last time you are actively asking God for help in changing your desires away from things of this world and instead focusing on His word? God expects us to be part of this world, but not of this world. In other words, we need to be focused on His word, not on desiring worthless things or the things of this world that will turn us away from Him. He has given us His word. Are you in it regularly? Are you reminding yourselves of these truths? This idea of revive is actually mentioned multiple times throughout Psalm 119. Here are the verses that make mention of it. Psalm 119, 25, 40, 50, 88, 93, 107, 149, 154, 156, and 159 are all verses saying, God, revive my heart. Restore it to life. Give me the discernment that I can be able to know how to change. We have the Holy Spirit dwelling within us, and God as Jesus as our intercessor, who is at the right hand, that is going to help it, that has already paid the penalty. Ask the Holy Spirit for help in this area.